Is your rock tumbler doing this? Well, if so, you're in the right place. This recently happened to me, and while it freaked me out at first, luckily it's an easy fix. This is the Loratone QT66, but the same steps will work for any tumbler with rollers like these, such as the Loratone 33B, the Chicago Electric, the Tumblebee, etc. First, you want to make sure your tumbler is off and unplugged. Next, try turning the tumbler's rollers. One roller is powered by the motor but should also be able to be turned by hand. The other turns due to the weight of the barrel and should easily rotate by hand. You can see that my motor-powered roller, the one on the right, spins freely, but the non-motorized one does not. It'll budge a little if I really push, but it's not really going anywhere. The next thing you want to do is take a look at the ends of the rollers. There's bearings there that help the rollers turn, and they get mucked up easily with old oil and dirt. You can see mine are pretty dirty and in desperate need of oiling, which is why the roller isn't turning. So now we know what the problem is. Let's fix it. This is basically the same process that I do every time I oil my tumblers. Oiling is part of regular rock tumbler maintenance and should be done once a month or so. Luckily, it's pretty easy and quick, so it doesn't feel like such a chore. First, I wipe down the body of my tumbler and rollers with a very lightly damp paper towel to get off any dirt and grease. You don't want to use anything other than water on the rollers because soap and grease can wear away at them. Then you can go in gently with another damp paper towel and wipe away any old grease and grime that's built up around the bearings. It's helpful to turn the rollers as you do this. Don't forget to do the outsides too. This one is pretty dang grimy. It doesn't have to be perfect, but removing the majority of the grime will make the tumbler a lot happier. Repeat on the other side, but don't worry about the outer bearing that's hidden behind the plastic front plate. It'll get a lot less grimy because it's protected from dust, etc. Both my rollers are spinning now, but we're not done until this thing is oiled. This is my favorite oil to use. It's Liberty sewing machine oil, and I got it on Amazon for around $10. I like it because the special tip makes applying it where you want it and not everywhere you don't want very easy. A lot of people also use 3-in-1, which works just as well, but I found there's no such thing as just a drop with it. A drop or two on the very end of each roller does the trick. Too much is almost worse than too little because excess oil just attracts dirt. You can wipe up any drips with a paper towel as you go. I like to also put a tiny drop on the outside of each bearing as well. Now it's finally time to plug her back in, make sure both those rollers spin, plop your barrel back on, and breathe a sigh of relief. No more wobble of doom. And that's it. If this video helped you out, why not give it a like? And if you're a rock gremlin like me, which I assume you are because you own a rock tumbler, join us, subscribe. There will be lots more informational rock tumbling content to come, as well as a healthy sprinkling of rock chaos.